listening to the Bluejay Breakdown.
All right, Bluejay Breakdown time. Another episode of Bluejay Breakdown, breaking down all things Creighton men's basketball. Jacob Padilla, Mike Sautter here. We are going to talk about a little bit of a winning streak. How about that?
Couple of wins last week for Creighton, and Greg McDermott said it well after the game last night. They dropped those first two, especially the one at home, and kind of put their backs against the wall. They had to kind of claw their way back into it if they want to have a chance to compete in the conference race, and they took care of business. The big one was obviously
Providence.
Saturday, at Providence or against Providence. Providence, little different than the team that they expected to come in, but they took care of business there, and then blew out DePaul on Tuesday. So Creighton is back above 500 in conference play. I guess they're above 500. They never were this season because they started 0-2. But regardless, Creighton's kind of looks to be figuring some things out a little bit. And the Providence win, that was huge on Saturday. It was...
Had to kind of hold on.
Yeah. So, like every game, they built up a nice
game.
lead. Yeah, it built up a nice lead and then kind of let it go. Providence went on a run, cut it down to one. Devin Carter, their kind of two-way star guard, made a huge leap offensively this year. One of the best defenders in the conference. Sparked a big run to pull him. It hit a three from beak adjacent, like standing right next to the beak on the half court logo to make it a 1-point game. And started talking a little bit and then went down. Trey Alexander. I did a full breakdown on his game and his possessions against Carter. He got the better of that matchup. He came down, answered Carter's three with one of his own. Carter went under the ball screen twice. So he pulled up and let it fly, and Trey hit it and then started talking to him the whole way up the court, and then the official stepped in and was like, hey, guys, cool it. And then on the next play, Carter got the ball and tried to, like, cross over Trey, step back three, great defense, contested it, kind of a brick, and they went down there, and Creighton was able to kind of pull away from there. So Trey had a great game, 21 points, 8 of 11 from the field, 5 boards, 5 assists. 3-7 from the free throw line. Did miss a few of those down the stretch. Going to need to clean that up. But Carter finished 25 points, but it took him 22 shots to get there. And a lot of those points were not with Trey on him. I think Trey definitely won the head-to-head there. And then the big guy battle. Ryan Kalkbrenner absolutely dominated
22, in 39 minutes.
Yeah.
We played basically the whole game.
22-12, and Josh Oduro, Providence's big guy, 4-17 from the field. He could not make a layup against Kalkbrenner. Like he was throwing it off the backboard, trying to body him and just losing control of the ball. That was huge.
Feels pretty good that Kalkbrenner is going to be the defensive player of the year in the league again.
He's definitely rounding back into form. Like I think by his standards, he got off to a slow start to the season a little bit. We talked about that previously. But, man, recently, because what he did against DePaul, Providence, like he's starting to settle back in and make the impact that we've seen he's capable of. And then Stephen Ashworth, that was the other kind of notable thing from that game. The finished 12 points, 4-7 shooting, 2 of 4 from 3, and pair of clutch free throws.
That's kind of what they need him to be, right?
And he was the one that delivered the dagger. Still a 6-point game there. The kind of possession goes nowhere, down bottom of the clock. He gets it with Carter on him, like faces him up, takes a dribble baseline, then steps back behind the line in the corner and just absolutely buries a three to put them up 9 there, and that was ball game essentially. Like if Providence gets a stop there, goes and gets a quick bucket, then you're starting to sweat it out. Yeah. So that was a ball game. It's great for the team to see, for him, the reaction from the coaches. From the teammates and coaches. I think Derek Kellogg's was my favorite. Tweet out a clip of that of him jumping up off the bench and really celebrating that one. So you can see, like, he's a guy that's put in a lot of work to have that success, have that shot go in for him in a season where the shots just aren't going in for him. We'll talk about that in the next game. But he put in the work. He deserved an outcome like that, and everybody was happy for him.
The key thing in this game is that Creighton just shot 7 of 23 from 3 in the game and still
Still
won.
won. Yep.
Like for a 3-point shooting team, I mean, we're talking 30% as a team. That's not good. And when they've shot that poorly this year, that's been losses.
Yeah. Providence hit 8 of them. They outscored them from 3.
Yeah, I mean that doesn't, it bodes pretty well that they can figure out a way to win, even though if the 3 ball's not going in.
Yeah, so wasn't a flawless performance. Again, some of the offensive ruts that we've seen them fall into hit them in the second half. But unlike the Marquette and Villanova game, they were able to pull themselves out of it. Yeah. And it started with Trey Alexander making some plays, and then a few of the other guys pitching in there as well. Baylor Shireman had a rough game, 9 points, 4-16 shooting, but had a big bucket inside late when he wasn't able to finish most of the game. So, yeah, just really solid performance by them pulling it away. And that was, I mean, Providence, the game before, lost Bryce Hopkins.
Yeah, it's a little different feel.
Second leading scorer,
Right.
one of their best players. He was their best player last year. And then Carter's kind of risen to be 1A, 1B with those two. They lost to him to a season-ending knee injury the game before.
Right.
So that definitely kind of put a damper on the matchup a little bit because Providence came in ranked 23rd. But Creighton took care of business.
25 win.
Yeah, it's their first win over a team ranked at the time. Providence is 45th in KenPom right now. So outside of Alabama and Nebraska now. Nebraska's now their second best win.
Yeah, imagine that.
So yeah, starting to adding another key win there, and took care of business against the other two, including DePaul, who was very very bad. Was 84 to 58 on Tuesday night.
12 people.
3,061
people.
No, it was more. Yeah, I was gonna say more than 12 because there were like 100 Creighton alumni that flew up there.
3,000 people is the official attendance.
I think that's including all the arena workers and the players and the coaches and the support staff and everybody in the building.
DePaul ain't great, folks. They're not trending up either, despite what you may hear.
But the key thing is, Georgetown wasn't great either, and Creighton didn't take care of business early there. That turned into a game where they had to play like full minutes. Trey Alexander and
Baylor.
Trey Alexander topped out at 27 minutes. Baylor only played 25. Kalkbrenner only played 23.
Good to let them have a little bit of a break, right?
Yeah, we saw first half minutes from Jason Green, and then all the starters were out by the 6-minute mark.
Just so Dolzer gets 11 minutes.
Yep.
Kind of helps.
Yep. Got a couple of layups. Fred King got 15 minutes when he's been struggling to stay on the court. Isaac Trout he's been in a drought recently. Went 2 of 3 from 3. It was
Jason
good for
Green
him.
got a little more extended time, 10 minutes in a game. It's good. And
again,
Jonathan Lawson gets
and
basically everybody plays.
Yeah. So that's what you need to do in a game like this. And Creighton took care of business. Again, DePaul, very, very bad. Creighton hit 12 threes. They scored 32 points in the paint. Missed a few free throws, but Ryan Kalkbrenner, Baylor Shireman, and Trey Alexander nearly outscored DePaul by themselves.
Yeah,
those three combined for 57. DePaul had 58.
Yeah, Baylor was 6 of 9 from 3.
Yeah,
he's incredible.
And that's one thing about him this season. When he's had kind of a rough scoring game, shooting game, he's typically bounced back very well the next game. Because he was the one guy that really had it rolling.
He did
up at Marquette, coming off of the Nova game where it was a rough one. Bounced back well, kind of gave them a chance at Marquette. Obviously shot poorly as we talked about in Providence, but bounced back and 6 threes in this one. 20 points, 8 boards, 3 assists, 3 steals. He was really active on defense. Kalkbrenner, 20 points, 9 boards, 4 blocks, 70% shooting. It looked exactly like it needed to look. 17 points, 4 assists for Trey Alexander, no turnovers. So they Stephen Ashworth, again, 0 of 5 from 3. The dagger didn't really ignite him the way I think some were hoping it might, but 7 assists and no turnovers. I think he's starting to get comfortable. He knows where the ball needs to go a little bit more now. He connected with Kalkbrenner on some post feeds very well. So it just seems like they're starting to kind of.
It's also good to have just a breath.
Stress-free.
Stress-free
game.
Yeah.
Take you.
The league's hard enough. It's good to just kind of have a, breather of a game, if you will. And one note on Baylor Shireman, he is second in the country in corner threes. He's made 18 of them, 18 corner threes, and 51.4% from the corner. From three.
That's pretty darn good. And,
on the season.
Yeah, and Creighton's pretty good. Like
second in the country.
Greg McDermott, with his actions, getting guys in spots
he
to
knows
generate
what
those
guys,
open looks.
what spots good. I mean, obviously, if you're 51%, we're not talking 1 or 2, right?
Yeah.
Like, so, yeah. Well, so if he takes a shot from the corner, it's likely going in.
Yeah.
Feel pretty good about that one going in.
And I mean, he's been leading the conference in scoring.
Right.
So, yeah, it was just huge to get guys playing well, to get everybody a chance to see the court, put some tape or put some play on tape for those young guys to kind of go over and learn from, because now they've got a big one coming up at home on Saturday. St. John's, who suddenly looks a lot tougher than they might have early in the season.
Correct.
Coming off of a win against Villanova the other day. Was that Saturday? So that's St. John's. The key to that one, be there on Saturday, is going to be the rebounding battle. St. John's is 3rd in the country in offensive rebounding rate. Creighton is 10th in the country in limiting offensive rebound rate. So that's going to be strength on strength there. They are going St. John's isn't a super efficient first shot offensive team, but they get so many putbacks and second chance buckets that they find a way to their to be up there. I mean, they're 37th on offense and adjusted offensive efficiency on KenPom.
St. John's hosts Providence. Tonight we're recording this on Wednesday at MSG. So pretty big, I guess, game for St. John's. They beat Villanova, beat Butler, Hofstra,
and that could be a tough one. So for the a rare occurrence, Creighton actually has a rest advantage going into a game, as opposed to, it seems like 4 different times this year teams have had an entire week or more off leading up to them.
Or St. John's also 2-1 on the road this year and 2-2 in neutral sites. So they're 11-4.
And going to be a fun big man battle between Joel Soriano and Ryan Kalkbrenner. Soriano is
coach.
Yeah. Rick Pitinio's first trip to Omaha with St. John's. So that'll be a big one on Saturday.
Noon o'clock.
Noon o'clock. And then
noon o'clock game.
And it's really important to take care of business in that one, because after that,
Wednesday,
they're heading to Stores to take on UConn. Number 4 UConn, last I looked. Number 6 in KenPom, still very, very good. And
are they fully healthy?
Donovan Clingan, that was about the time when they thought they might get him back. So he could be in the lineup. He could not be. We'll see
fingers,
as we get to next week. I mean,
you have to beat him probably eventually, right?
Exactly. And I think basketball fans in general, that again,
you'd want the best players.
Soriano, Kalkbrenner, that's a fun matchup. Let's get Clingan, Kalkbrenner. But so big week coming up for Creighton, the Creighton men. Any other thoughts?
No.
Right.
I mean, I did not get a chance. I wanted to watch Providence, and I did not get a chance to watch Providence DePaul. I haven't gone back and watched it yet. But I will be at the game on Saturday against St. John's. This is my plan. That's my plan.
All right. And
which could change.
Yeah.
But as of now,
a lot going on, but it's going to be a busy day. But we're both planning to be there, and we will talk about it next week on the next episode of Bluejay Breakdown.
A Hurrdat Sports Network production.